Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Okami.
It's your boy Bezel.
And today, it's part 2. It's the sequel. The college campuses are going crazy. And,
They turned on sprinklers on them boys.
are they?
And girls.
I didn't really see anything like that. I didn't really see anything like that.
I saw it.
At Columbia?
Some college, bro. It's happening everywhere apparently now.
You mean like protests?
Yeah, sit downs in the college squares.
How do you feel about that? Well, okay. How do you... Because there's like a narrative. People are like, we got to shut it down.
Shut it down?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Jewish. I'm going to class. I'm going to class, go to my party, chill with my boys, go to the gym.
All the bitches is at the...
No, they're not. None of the bitches I want over there. Promise you. Promise you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we highlight unhinged people too much. There's a lot of normal people doing normal people things every day. Every day.
yeah, but I mean, what's there to say about the normal nigga?
Nothing. That's why we give all this nonsense attention.
But look, man, they be loud enough. They be making changes.
All these encampment, all these protests going on, someone's throwing a party. Someone's throwing a party like they usually do. Frat party, sorority party. They're throwing them. It's happening.
What if they crash the party?
They're not doing that. They're sleeping in tents.
Multiple ops.
They got regimes.
They got the court. Yes, they got the courtyard operation, and then they have the crash the frat boy party operation.
What are you crashing my party for?
You need to be concerned about Palestine. No time for parties.
Oh, I ain't got time for that, man. I really look at niggas.
You don't have time for this either.
Huh?
You don't have time for this
What
either.
do you want me to do?
Huh?
What do you want me to do?
Join us.
I gotta go to class.
During the party.
During the party?
During the party, when you're supposed to be partying, join us here.
See, I know it hasn't gotten to that point because niggas will start getting knocked out. I know.
You don't think it's, I mean, they're calling in the police, so maybe niggas are getting knocked out.
Well, the police is knocking out the people that are protesting. You're not going to force me to protest. I'll kill you. In Minecraft. I'm not going out there. No.
Okay, so we covered this dude a little bit in the last video. This guy, Shai Davidai. He's a professor or assistant
say his
professor.
name right, man.
That's how you say it. It's Shai Davidai.
Okay.
Like El Shaddai.
Okay.
Gilkakona. You don't know the next words.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so he was talking.
I introduced myself as Shai Davidai. Look at me because I'm talking with you.
You got that perfect.
I introduced myself as Shai Davidai. You introduce yourself as a Jew. You introduce yourself as a spokesperson for Jewish people. Because listen to me. Because you said me and many other Jews. So you have to look at the statistic. 95% of Jewish people are Zionists. So if you don't want to be part of the Jewish tribe...
I watched this video. When he said that, I was like... Do you know what Zionist means to so many people, man? You shouldn't be saying that, man.
That's the problem. Everybody has a different definition.
Oh, really?
So when he said that, I said, So I have to look at the stats. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
You have the right to do so, but you are not the spokesperson of the Jewish people. All of them here, are the Jewish people. You should be ashamed of yourself for insinuating otherwise. If you want to stand against terrorism, you're welcome to stand. If not, you're welcome to stand there. And
Shame.
I introduced.
So the first thing I did was scroll down a little bit, and here comes this lady.
People are getting
talking about I guess the actual statistics on Jewish/Christian Zionism with sources cited.
confused. Most Zionists are not Jewish. Most Zionists are not Jews.
Immediately bells ringing in my head. There's only like less than 15 million Jewish people on the planet. So when she says most Zionists are not Jews, that doesn't really mean anything, because if there's 100 million Zionists in the world, automatically most of them won't be Jews, because they can't even pass the 50% threshold.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not even off rip. She's already not saying anything. The question isn't whether or not most Zionists are Jews. The question is, are most Jews Zionists?
Okay.
Okay, so
There are millions and millions and millions more Christian Zionists than there are Jews at all, never mind Zionist Jews. Millions more. There is a greater number of evangelical Zionists than Jewish Zionists. 82% of white evangelical Christian Protestants believe that the land of Israel was gifted to Jews by God, compared to 40% of American Jews. 40% versus 82%. This is from Pew Research Center.
I want to quickly make a note. When she says gifted by God, obviously that's evoking religious imagery. She compared a religious group of people, evangelical Christians, to a non-religious group of people in just Jews. That includes the religious ones, but also the atheists and whatnot. So the idea that you would even compare a religious group of people on essentially a religious belief to a group of people who are not inherently religious is already retarded.
That makes me think, what? So an atheist, I'm maybe I don't know what Zionist really means, but so now what is an atheist? What is their justification for the Israel for an atheist Jew?
They believe that Jews should have a homeland, and this is where it is, and this is where
Not based on God. What is it based on?
Just that's where they are, and maybe they feel like they went through the right channels to be able to establish that state, and now they believe that it should still
basically
exist.
just that's our home.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Center population level religious data from 2013. To make this simpler, for every one Jewish Zionist, there are 30 Christian Zionists. 30 times as many Christian Zionists. Christian Zionism is the predominant form of Zionism and has been since Zionism emerged as a political identity in the 1870s and 1880s.
Probably not true.
Pretending that Zionism is a Jewish movement is both incorrect and anti-Semitic. Don't blame us for what the Christian right is doing again. Israel has aligned itself with the evangelical right. Do your reading. Thank you.
So it's stupid bitches like her the reason why TikTok is getting shut down. So let's actually go to the facts. This is Pew Research Center, I think in 2021, has all kinds of shit. The amount of Jews who have lived in or been to Israel more than once, I think it's like 25% net Jewish. So we're gonna look at net Jewish mostly for most of this. Jews who are emotionally attached to Israel, 58%. That includes religious and non-religious, although the non-religious obviously is less than the religious. 58% are either very or somewhat attached to Israel. 80% of U.S. Jews say that caring about Israel is an important or essential part of what being Jewish means to them. 82% of Jews in the United States think that caring about Israel is essential to being Jewish. 57% say they follow news about about Israel. This is something about Trump. 4 in 10 think that Netanyahu's doing a good job in Israel. Let's see. 1/3 think that Israel's trying to make a sincere effort towards peace. Most of them don't believe in boycotting Israel. Yeah, 10% believe in boycotting Israel, 90% do not. Orthodox Jews overwhelmingly say they believe God gave Israel to the Jewish people. So 32% of Jews believe that God gave that land to them. 40% who are religious believe that. 11% who are not religious believe that. I don't know why that number's not even zero. But of the Orthodox Jews, 87% of people think that God gave the land of Israel to them. So if you go by religious groups of people, the Orthodox Jews believe it even more than the evangelical Christians. So fuck that stupid bitch. Tired of people lying. But this video's too long. Well, we might come back to it, but this video gives a little bit of history, a short 3 minutes thing of history of the Israel-Palestine conflict. So when you were talking about why secular or atheist Jews support Israel, this video will give you a little information on that. Actually, let me not full screen it.
I did watch the video.
Oh, did you? You watched the full thing?
Yeah.
Never done, and I'll try in 3 minutes to do the history of Jews and Zionism, starting now. The Jewish people first entered the land of Israel 3,300 years ago, and everyone can read that in the Bible. Assuming you don't believe the Bible, then you can look at archaeology, which shows evidence of about 3,000 years ago. There's no dispute that the Jewish people founded their first commonwealth, the Kingdom of David, 3,000 years ago. It was destroyed. We were kicked out. We came back, founded the second Commonwealth of Israel, which went on for several hundred years. And again, it was destroyed, this time by the Romans. Jews stayed in Israel, but few Jews stayed in Israel. The rest of the Jews were kicked out to all across the world. And every day they prayed 3 times a day that they want to return to Israel. And it was a pretty lousy 2,000 years, pogroms, Holocaust. But about 150 years ago, secular Jews, primarily Herzl, Jabotinsky, and others, took the initiative. Let's come back to our own homeland. The Jews are the indigenous people of the land of Israel. The term Palestine was coined by the Romans in order to dissociate the place that was called Judea until now. It had no connection to Arabs, for the simple reason that Arabs arrived to the land of Palestine only 600 years later during the Arab conquering. So there were no Arabs in the land of Israel. But yes, throughout those 1,400 years, very slowly Arabs came, primarily, mostly when Jews returned in the 19th century. Then the world decided, I'm cutting long story short, to bring a solution, a tough solution to both sides, to divide the land between a Jewish state and an Arab state. It wasn't called Palestinian. Jews said yes, Arabs said no. This was the Peel Commission. Fast forward 1947, the UN came up with the same sort of idea, divide into a Jewish state, an Arab state. Jews said yes, Arabs said no, attacked the Jews and wanted to kill all the Jews. The Jews fought back, won. During that war, 600,000 Arabs that had been living in smaller Israel fled, and some of them were also expelled, because that's what happens when you try and kill your enemy and you lose. That's what happened throughout history. We founded the State of Israel, and that's where we are now. So the State of Israel is the third time we have a Jewish state on our indigenous land. We have 2 million Arabs living in the State of Israel, full Israeli citizens. They vote, they serve on court, they pay taxes. They're one of all and enjoy full equal rights. That's the story of Israel.
How accurate is that? And where are the points where someone that's pro-Palestinian that considers Israel Palestinian land, where do they come in and say, well, you're wrong here, this isn't correct, this is what the Arabs did that makes it so it's our land? Like, are you saying there's no inconsistencies in that?
I think one inconsistency is that when it comes to 1947, I think he said there was a war and then they got expelled. My understanding is after that second deal was put on the table by the United Nations, the Jews said yes and the Arabs said no. And right after the Arabs said no, the Jews started expelling them. It's after they were expelled that all of the Arab states in the region joined forces to attack Israel, and then Israel won. So he kind of reversed the order to make it seem like they attacked and then the Jews won, so then they expelled them. My understanding is they expelled them and then the Arabs attacked the Jews.
Okay.
Which I can understand somebody saying that that's wrong. Another thing, though, is that period of time between like the 1870s and the 1940s, when the Jews were moving over there, a lot of them were like buying land, making deals. So through pretty legitimate means, they were increasing their power. It's not like they were just Jews living there and then one day decided to just kill everybody and throw them off of their land. It's like they had been kind of creating the environment for there to be a Jewish state by owning land, purchasing land, setting up more people in the area. And then after that second deal got denied by the Arabs, they're like, we want our own country, so this is what we're gonna do. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it wasn't wrong what happened in 1947. I can very easily see that being the case. You know, there are a lot of Palestinians who say my grandma got kicked out during that period of time. They call it the Nakba, which means disaster or tragedy or something like that in Arabic. You know, my grandma got kicked out. She still has the key to her house that was on that land that she got kicked off of. That's fair. I can understand the frustrations when it comes to that. Bro, it was 80 years ago. You're not getting it back. They're not going to dissolve the country of Israel and then your grandma can move. It's not going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. So, for the most part, it seemed like what he was saying was true. But, you know, one thing I want to highlight specifically was the fact that you were asking before, why do atheists or secular Jews think that they have a right to the land? And it's the movement to create Israel in the first place was started by secular and atheistic Jews. It wasn't a religious thing that they were doing. They wanted to create a homeland for Jewish people because, like this dude said, Jews have been getting persecuted all over the world. You know, pogroms, and then it got punctuated with the Holocaust. And so for a while, Jews were like, we need our homeland back. So that's where they decided to go. At the time, it wasn't Palestine. It was the Ottoman Empire. And I guess, I don't even know if they were called this at the time, but Palestinians, Arab people, lived there. But that didn't mean that Jewish people couldn't live there either.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, I kind of wanted to get some background information.
What I saw was peaceful protests. But I can tell you, if I went into the NYU square with a white hood on and said, lynch the blacks or burn the gays, my ID would be shut off by that night. And I would never work in academia again. There would be no need for the words context or nuance. I wouldn't be protected by terms like First Amendment or free speech. I would be out of the world of academia. It seems like we have a double standard when it comes to hate speech as long as it's against Jews.
And we're not just talking about the exercising of free speech and protest, which we agree people have, and there's spaces on campus for that. It's what they're saying. It's the harassment of Jewish students. So what is that?
Now, I don't, you know what the problem is with what he's saying? Is that based on the information that we just saw from those Pew Research polls, right? What it means to be a Zionist is different for different people. So if we go to what that retarded girl said, her definition of Zionist is you believe that God gave the land to you. Well, if that's your definition of Zionist, then yeah, most Jews aren't Zionists. But if your definition of Zionist, according to Shai David Dye, if your definition is you believe that there should be a Jewish state, then yeah, probably 90+% of Jews are Zionist. So if that's your definition, the Venn diagram between Jews and Jews that believe that Israel should exist is damn near a perfect circle. It's almost completely and totally overlapped. So if you're a pro-Palestinian person who doesn't think that Israel should exist, you basically think that every single Jew is evil and believes in an evil thing, wants to persecute Muslims. That's why the definitions are so important.
Why does a Jewish state mean persecute Muslims?
Because that's Palestinian land. So just by the very fact that they're on their land, that's a persecution of them.
We just watched that guy give 3 minutes of history. Are they just dumb, or is it history in question?
I think that there's some legitimacy in feeling like the land was stolen from Arabs. My perspective, where I say it was 80 years ago, it's too late, is kind of like I guess I am a status quo merchant, but in the sense where it's like, I want the best for the most amount of people. That part of the Palestine area that the Palestinians have is enough for their people to live. If you're just squabbling because you want more, or because you hate Jews, or you don't feel like it's right for them to have the land, what's going to happen to the millions of people that live there? Where are they going to go? It doesn't make any sense. It's like the country that's recognized by the vast majority of countries in the world. The country is there to stay. And if you were to try to dissolve it or destroy it or in some sort of way, I think it would bring more human suffering than if you just learn to deal with what you have. So that's where my perspective comes in. But if you don't have that perspective, you go, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Yes, Jews got kicked out 2,000 years ago, but we got kicked out 80 years ago, so it's more our homeland than theirs. Then I wouldn't say that that's dumb, but I don't think it's a valid perspective. And that's probably what their perspective is. This is our homeland. We have been there for maybe 1,000 years or something after the Jews got kicked out. So we deserve to be there.
So in their mind, they're trying to right injustices.
Yes.
Yeah, 2,000-year claim. I don't know how much I could really care about that.
For the Jews or for the
Jews?
Can I care about a 1,000-year claim? I guess you can care about an 80-year claim, like it's been.
You can kind of care about an 80-year claim.
Sure. But not enough for me to say that the entire country should be dissolved.
I can understand them being upset. What do you want to happen? You want a mass migration of Jewish people to where? Trade places with the Palestinians? That's what you want to happen? It's just ridiculous.
I don't have it, but there was a clip where a dude from Hamas was talking, and he was saying what their demands were, and one of their demands was a right of return. The right of return is this concept that the people who got kicked off of their land by the Jews, by Israel, should be allowed to move back and become full citizens. Now, the problem is most of those people are probably dead. So they count the descendants of those people as well. And so all over the world. So not only in Gaza or the West Bank, the descendants of people who got kicked off all over the world. Now, the population of Israel right now is 9 million. And according to that video, 2 million of them are Arabs. So 7 million Jews or other groups of people, 2 million Arabs. If 5 million Palestinians went back to Israel and immediately became citizens and have full citizenship, all of a sudden the balance within this supposed to be Jewish state would be 50-50 Jews to Arabs. So a lot of people think this is a completely and totally, especially when, by and large, Palestinians hate Israel and hate Jews. They're going, this is a completely and totally untenable solution. There's no way we can let 5 million Arabs back into our country. It's not going to happen. So people think that could be a potential solution, but I don't see it happening either.
Look, I can't fault the Jewish people for being wary of that solution, but the black people deserve reparations.
No. Well, maybe. But I don't think they should get them, even if they do.
It's like, yeah, you do, but how is it gonna work?
Yeah.
There's no math. There's no math in this. It's impossible.
Yeah. How's it gonna work that's the question. First of all, who's it gonna go to? All right, let's say you're able to eventually figure that out.
Your Ancestry 21.
Yeah. Get the 23andMe, present it to the judge. Okay, you're eligible. Sure. How's it gonna work?
Where's the money gonna come from?
What kind of wealth transfer is this? In my mind, I just go, look, the best that we can do is
affirmative action.
Not even affirmative action. If you're poor, here you go. It's more likely that black people are poor because of the fucked up shit that happened. So if you're poor, here you go. Doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, If you're poor, here you go. There's going to be a disproportionate amount of black people that get it. So look, you got to count that as reparations. But I don't see how you could have this race-based policy where you're literally transferring wealth from every other race in the country to black people and not have a race war. It just doesn't.
It would literally have to be a white tax.
So even the Asian niggas, they don't have to pay anything.
Otherwise,
taking all the money from
it would just be too much. Asian niggas and Spanish niggas gotta pay. That'd be crazy.
But if you just make it white to black,
and then you gotta divvy it up. Okay, the white people gotta do their 23andMe. Make sure they have.
Yeah. Well, no. My dad came from Russia. My dad came from Russia, and my mom came from.
She's Italian.
From Turkey. It's like, does that nigga have to pay too? So bringing it back to the Israel-Palestine thing, it's like,
And even if it's like, okay, it comes straight from the government, you don't. It's these higher level political games. How can the government give $300 billion to Ukraine? Let me ask you, what do we get back in return?
We're paying a debt. The debt of Ukraine not having nuclear weapons.
Isn't that the EU's job?
No. We made that guarantee to them. After the dissolution of the USSR, when Ukraine became its own nation, they had nuclear capability, Chernobyl and whatnot, and we said, listen, if you don't make nukes, because we don't want too many nukes out there, we'll ensure your safety, we'll ensure your protection. So that's our debt that we're paying for them not making nukes.
You can't even complain.
Pay good, you gotta pay on your debts.
You can't complain.
Otherwise, the next time we go to somebody and say, please don't make nukes, they're gonna say just like the Ukrainians.
They're not gonna not make nukes. I feel like making nukes is so easy nowadays. Nukes got hundreds.
No, we had a deal with Iran where we were like, please don't make nukes, and they said yeah. And when Trump came into office, he said, fuck that stupid deal. So now they're trying to make them. And they're also Israel, who is our, supposedly our greatest ally.
I feel like that's what we should have said to Ukraine. Trump's right.
We already made the deal. We already made the deal. You gotta pay good on your debts. You're saying Trump's right. Iran and Israel have beef right now. And we stand next to Israel and say, greatest ally. So when they get nukes, what's it looking like? Scary.
No, no clue.
Scary.
No, no clue.
We hope. We hope. Hopefully they don't.
Huh.
We had the deal. I mean, but everybody's so.
Hey, I mean, I say they're not gonna nuke them, but it's like, how bad do they want that land? They want it real bad.
How bad do they want that land?
They want it real bad.
That's why all this shit is fucked up. Niggas is looking at it like this really might be World War III and shit get kind of scary. I hope. Look, I don't know. In my mind, I think at this point a ceasefire has to happen, which sucks because there's gonna be no
long-term solution.
Yeah, but I think the goal of Israel to destroy Hamas is a noble goal. I just don't think that they're gonna do it.
It's not possible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You're just making more.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, even if you killed all of them, the next generation, they're gonna feel the exact same way as the last one. You're not convincing anybody.
You're not.
You're not convincing anybody at all. So it's like, terrorism is not a group of people. It's an idea. And you're just allowing that idea to fester. Like, what are you doing?
They don't even consider themselves terrorists.
True. So it's like, whatever goal it is that you had, it's not coming to fruition. You might as well stop. At this point, at first I was like, yeah, go get him. I thought there was going to be a ground invasion. You bomb them a little bit, then the ground invasion, you try and wipe them all out, and then you try to rebuild what they have so that maybe they don't hate you as much. So that there's not another Hamas that comes through next time. Bro, it's 30,000 people dead and counting. And what do we have for it? Nothing. All right, it's time to call it quits. Because you're not going to finish your objective, and all you're doing is just killing people. I'm not down for that. It's over. Call the ceasefire. Maybe the next time they'll kill 2,000 Jews. It'll be the second worst. It'll be the new second worst attack on Jewish people ever. And then you can try again. But for now, it's clipped. It's scrap it. Scrap it. You did your damage. No?
It might be endgame.
Endgame.
Someone got to get wiped out. And Minecraft, of course. I don't, there ain't going to be no round 2 of this. Because social media is here. They know everything. They see everything. They know everything. All the information is available. Next time they're gonna have something for you. It ain't just gonna be no niggas flying in and riding on doom buggies.
They gonna have something?
They're gonna have something for you. Shit.
I mean, you say that, but niggas thought it was gonna be endgame. When
bro,
niggas was riding,
why aren't they asking for peace?
Who the
Palestinians? 30,000 dead. They're not asking.
They want their demands met.
Exactly. You giving up ain't gonna do shit. And anyone that says otherwise, like, look, I don't want the whole thing to happen at all. But, you know, Trump came out saying, oh, y'all looking crazy. Are they?
They are.
30,000 dead, and they're still not giving up.
You know, the pro-Palestinian people would frame it as they have an indomitable will. They'll fight for their freedom to the end.
That's because they think they're the bad guy. I don't really look at good guys and bad guys. I look at two groups of people that want what they want. And frankly, neither is willing to fold on what they want. Well, when you put it in the sense of what you want, the Jews look a lot less selfish. You know, Israel looks a lot less selfish. Because they already got it.
Yeah.
We just want to keep what we have.
I mean, they'll take some more. Don't forget about the West Bank. They really shouldn't be in the West Bank making settlements, but, you know.
I heard they were pushing niggas out.
Pushing niggas out of the settlements in the West Bank?
Yeah.
They might be. Maybe that's their move to try to make some sort of peace, but.
No, I heard they were pushing Palestinian people out. Open air prison, all that kind of stuff.
Out of the West Bank? Well, there's two areas. There's like the West Bank, which is like...
They said that there were people settled near Israel, and soldiers were just... Like, people just treat them like garbage. The Israel people just treat Palestinians like garbage.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's tough, man.
Anyway, we went on that long tangent, but it was in relation to what this guy said about, you know, lynch the blacks or burn the gays. It's not that simple, because the Palestinians are saying this belief in the existence of Israel is wrong. And it just so happens that pretty much all Jews believe it. So it feels like they're attacking Jews, they're harassing Jews, but really they're harassing people who think that Israel should exist, which is all the Jews, as well as some other people. Yeah.
Why is there that double standard? Because of course you're right. You don't even have to say it out loud. If these things were being said about black people or gay people or Latinos or Asian or anybody else, forget it. Shut down the school. Everybody's expelled. Why is there still that double standard?
I think it's complicated. I think, one, young people have a healthy gag reflex on what people our age think. And I think that's healthy. Two, I don't think Israel has draped itself in glory over the last 20 or 30 years. They've shifted from...
Actually, it's quite strange.
What is?
Well, the shift of what's going on.
Between what old people and young people think?
No, between the way the wokeness was going until this war started proliferating on the web.
What do you mean?
2-3 years ago, Kyrie Irving posted a movie saying black people are the real Jews. They told him, bend the knee, say you're sorry. And everyone was for it. All the people in the media were for it. And now, at least liberal media are towing the line with this stuff, man. They're really towing the line with this stuff. When it first popped off, we were with Israel. Now Joe Biden's saying, oh yeah, we're with Israel, but if you don't understand Palestine, I condemn you too. AOC and Ilhan, they wasn't popping off in the beginning.
Ilhan was probably popping off.
I ain't seen nothing.
Sorry, maybe she wasn't popping off, but she wanted to.
They kept quiet, bro.
She wanted to.
Oh yeah, she knows that she did. That's what I'm saying. Like the change and the shift in the tone.
But I don't think AOC wanted to pop off.
Why is she popping off now?
It's okay.
She hasn't even fully popped off.
Yeah.
She hasn't even fully popped off. She's just saying, oh, you should let people protest.
The difference between AOC and Ilhan is a Muslim. Sorry to say, but the entire Muslim world, almost the entire Muslim world, sides with the Palestinians. So Ilhan has been wanting to pop off. AOC was just like, because AOC, she kind of plays the game a little bit. You know, she came in and she was like, rah, rah, you know, socialist, all this kind of stuff. And then she was like, wait. I gotta actually be able to make moves. I can't just be talking on social media. So he plays the game a little bit. So he's like, yeah, no, Israel's doing their thing. They have a right to defend themselves. But now, I think it's going crazier.
Check the temperature.
Yeah, check the temperature a little bit.
So now she's starting to, you know, position herself in the right spots. Whoever's her media person, ain't doing a pretty good job for the most part.
Yeah.
Because conservatives are gonna hate you, but ain't doing a good job, man. Because this is the issue that can make you lose your base.
Yeah, it is.
This is some crazy right here. Yeah.
You switching up the narrative?
Yeah. It's got to be strategic.
I don't think it is.
You think it just happened? Why did they make the encampments 6 months ago?
Like before October 7th, or?
No, like, okay, fine, 3 months ago.
I mean, these are students that are doing it.
Okay.
So, I mean, the students have been, like, vocal about it. They've been angry about it. They've been talking on social media, but they just decided to do it now.
I'm saying that they felt that way the entire time, regardless of October 7th. But they just waiting for the right optics, waiting for the right temperature.
No, not all the students felt this way the entire time. A lot of people got radicalized over the past few months from social media and whatnot.
Radicalized?
Yeah, on TikTok. That's why it got banned. Most people did not even know about this conflict before
October 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't like this even 3 months ago. This is a very new thing that's happening.
I guess. So what are you saying, that like the students got the word from the Democratic Party?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not a switch in rhetoric. It's just that the young people have decided to ratchet up their civil activism, and this is what it is.
It's just I don't know, it's just strange to me the way everything just played out over time. It just ramped up so smoothly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Wait, why does it make sense?
Because as people talk about it more and learn about it more, and indoctrinate each other more, it'll ramp up in a smooth, linear fashion.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like, when I look at someone like Piers Morgan, I agree with what you said. It seemed like he ramped up into the direction where he seems to be either, in the middle or maybe a little bit leaning into the pro-Palestine side. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
Everyone else seemed like they were just hiding. And biding the time. Especially like an Ilhan Omar and an AOC.
Well, maybe them, because they have to worry about the optics, but everybody else might have just been, getting more and more aggravated with the situation as the death toll continued to rise.
And the TikToks and all that, it's like, well, the TikToks were proliferating for a reason, because that's what they always believed.
No.
There wasn't any pro-Jew. There were pro-Israel, content out there, but that's not what they were watching.
Yeah, but as the death toll continued to rise, and recently when, with the shit with the Yemeni, with the Yemeni pirates, and with Iran shooting rockets and drones at Israel, it's gotten to a point where the conflict has escalated to...
Okay, so would you say, I'm looking for the sparking action, like the sparking action for these encampments. Would you say it's that the Yemen thing? I mean, not the Yemen thing, the Iran thing?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's probably that, yeah.
Okay.
And kind of the David to the Goliath. I also think that incorrectly students on campus conflate the civil rights movement with what is going on in Palestine, and have digressed, unfortunately, because of an orthodoxy promoted by me and my colleagues, that there are oppressors and oppressed, and the easiest way to identify oppressors is how white and how rich they are, or fairly or unfairly. Israel is seen as ground zero for whiteness and how wealthy they are. And then
I like that he said that. I like that he took responsibility for the fact that he's a retarded piece of shit and he destroyed the world. by teaching his students to only look at things through an oppressor narrative, through an oppressor lens, and that the way to identify who the oppressor is how white their skin is. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
He taught that? I don't think he taught that.
He said me and my colleagues.
Oh.
So maybe he personally didn't teach it, but at the very least, he was there when it was being taught. He didn't speak up enough. He should have been there with Jordan Peterson. He should have been losing his tenureship. He should have been losing his professorship. That's what he should have done. And now look at him, mad as hell. Oh, I'm a Jew.
They come for you too.
Yes.
They come for you too.
That's your fault. Niggas tried to tell you years ago, before Donald Trump even got elected. I don't know, these niggas is being weird on TV. You probably sided with the other side, with the weirdos on TV. Now we got Donald Trump. Now we got this. Congratulations.
Burn the gays, my ID would be shut off by that night. And I would never work an act.
Oh, shut up. Backed up. That's whatever. I think we got everything we need out of this. This is just another person saying that it's Jew hatred, but it's not really Jew hatred. It's Israeli hatred, but it's very closely tied with Jews.
I think it's Jew hatred because of the white rich thing.
That's just white hatred.
Wow. Oh, it's also Jewish conspiracy.
Not as much of that.
It's a combination of all three.
See, here's what's going on with the Jewish conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
People look at it through the oppressor narrative, and they go, the Israel's bad. And then, here come the neo-Nazis, and they go, listen, we've been saying that.
You know what else happened?
We've been saying that for a while. But here's why they're bad. Because they control everything. And you go, you might be right. These white Jews do control everything. And the neo-Nazis go, you can say white for now, but we're going to try and change that later. But you can say white for now, but we're going to try and change that later. And so they're kind of teaming up. And it's working well. It's a good it's a good plan, you know? But so in Texas, pro-Hamas idiots at UT Austin discover what happens when you try to pull up Columbia in Texas. So Governor Greg Abbott says arrests being made right now and will continue until the crowd disperses. These protesters belong in jail. Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in Texas, period. Students joining in hate-filled anti-Semitic protests at any public college or university in Texas should be expelled. Shocking. Shocking. So your boy.
My man.
Your man. Matt Walsh says, if you're arresting them for an illegal encampment or for making threats, then say that. But arresting people for anti-Semitism is obviously a clear violation of the First Amendment. I can't stand these protesters, but you can't arrest people simply for having hateful views. No disagreements here. I
didn't expect him to make that tweet.
Oh, Matt Walsh? We actually had a conversation about this, and I was saying, yeah, I think that Matt Walsh's opinion is, I hate the protesters, but they have a right to say what they want. And he said as much here. I can't believe that a sitting governor would say these people belong in jail because they're saying something that I don't like. Like in a red state, saying that like hate speech is like a jailable criminal offense. Like I don't. It's statements like that. It's people getting arrested for saying things like that fuel
the neo-Nazi.
That fuels the neo-Nazi narrative. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not down with saying fuck the Jews. I'm not down with saying they hold all the power or anything like that. They control everything. I don't say that. But when you start saying that, now my fault is I go, wait a second. What do you mean? And I'm still not gonna. Because I can't allow somebody acting like an asshole to tell me that what I believe is wrong. But if there's enough assholes, eventually it looks like it's just the truth. What do you mean people deserve to be arrested? Niggas have flown Nazi flags, held KKK rallies, said FN words in protests. They've been allowed to do it. Now all of a sudden anti-Semitism means we got to start against students. These are not grown men with big pot bellies who own guns. These are students. saying anti-Semitic things, and you're saying that you need to get arrested?
Questionably anti-Semitic too.
Questionably anti-Semitic. It's like, bro, that's not a good look. And
what's it? Did he make another tweet about this?
that's a good question.
What's his response to this?
That's a great question.
You know, I think he tweet every day, all day.
He didn't. He didn't respond to it.
He didn't. He's standing 10 toes.
I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Anywho, last slide. You got your man.
Everyone's my man. They're not my man. I don't know nothing about him.
No, we got the same name.
Unfortunately.
How's that unfortunate?
So I calling you Zionist Ben.
And you know how it go.
What's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. Anti-Semitic mobs have taken over leading universities. They call for the annihilation of Israel. They attack Jewish students. They attack Jewish faculty. This is reminiscent of what happened in German universities.
I didn't see one person be attacked. Did you?
I didn't either. No. Maybe name called. Oh, we saw that video of them standing around those two people that are like, step forward, another step forward. But you wouldn't call that an attack? But you yourself said if you stood there and punch you from the crowd, nothing you could do.
I wouldn't be there.
But if you were.
Why was I there?
It's threatening.
What are you talking about?
It's threatening.
What's threatening? If they want to do a little protesting on me?
Yeah.
Hold the arms? Let me tell you something, bro. If I want to go somewhere...
How many niggas have to try to stop you before you go, okay, I'm not going?
Bro. Let a nigga try to citizens arrest me. You gonna have to pull something out, man. I'm not stopping. I'll really be out there like Marshawn Lynch. I'm not stopping.
50 niggas? They gonna stop you.
50?
They gonna get you on the ground. They gonna hurt you a little bit. I'm saying if it's 3 niggas trying to stop me, I'm going where I want.
But it's not
more. All right, you got it, bro.
Look, man, look.
Go back home.
This is why I don't even want to put myself in these problems. I don't know what I'll do, bro. I'll end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where to live, man. I live in New York, so everything seems fine. I don't need to be on Columbia. I know, I don't need to be on Columbia campus. If I want to walk into Starbucks, I will. They're not gonna make a line outside the Starbucks I go to.
They might.
I don't want to go to Starbucks. We can't let it get to this point, man. Or else I'm gonna have to move from New York, and anywhere I go, I'm gonna be able to move around like Kyle Rittenhouse. Ready to go. Ready for a nigga to try me.
This is the way it's going, man.
This is the way it's going, and you should be scared. You should be scared.
Well, let's not fearmonger. Let's not be Tim Pool.
I gotta keep it a bean. It's getting to that point now.
I don't think it's that scary.
Because you're asking me these questions. You're telling me, what do I do if people try to citizens arrest me? Or tell me I can't go somewhere.
Just be like, I'll go home for now.
I want to hit someone over the head, man. I really want to hit someone over the head. No, you can't tell me I can't go in my bank. I don't care if they support Jews. I need my money. I really don't care, man.
Oh, man. Don't you know that this bank is run by Zionists?
That's cool, man. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Right now,
get some ice cream, bro.
Right now, I try to get paid. Try to cash my check. Like, what are you talking about?
It's unconscionable. It has to be stopped. It has to be condemned and condemned unequivocally. But that's not what happened. The response of several university presidents was shameful. Now, fortunately, state, local, federal officials, many of them have responded differently, but there has to be more. More has to be done. It has to be done not only because they attack Israel. That's bad enough.
Pause 1 second.
Not only because
he's pussy. He's not going to say what has to be done. What do you think should happen? We have the First Amendment over here. What do you think should happen?
You saying niggas should get arrested?
For what?
For talking.
This nigga out of here.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with son.
This nigga out of here.
I'm not fucking with
because they
son.
want to kill Jews wherever they are. That's bad enough. It's also, when you listen to them, it's also because they say not only death to Israel, death to the Jews, but death to America.
Dude, he's saying
This
that.
tells us that there's an
can say it.
anti-Semitic surge here that has terrible consequences. We see this exponential rise of anti-Semitism throughout America and throughout Western societies as Israel tries to defend itself against genocidal terrorists. Genocidal terrorists who hide behind civilians. Yet it is Israel that is falsely accused of genocide. Israel that is falsely accused of starvation and all sundry war crimes. It's all one big libel. But that's not new. We've seen in history that anti-Semitic attacks were always preceded by vilification and slander.
Oh, Biden
Lies
cannot
that were
talk like
cast against
this.
the
He
Jewish
can't.
people that are
Not at all.
unbelievable, yet people believe them. And what is important now is for all of us who are interested and cherish our values and our civilization, to stand up together and to say enough is enough. We have to stop anti-Semitism because anti-Semitism is the canary in the coal mine. It always precedes larger conflagrations that engulf the entire world. So I ask all of you, Jews and non-Jews alike, who are concerned with our common future and our common values, to do one thing. Stand up, speak up, be counted. Stop anti-Semitism now.
You know, think about this guy. He's kind of a gangster, man.
Is he?
Saw a little documentary about him back in the day, back when he was a strapping young lad.
Mm-hmm. Trapping is crazy.
He used to be giving speeches. Cause the old prime minister, he was kind of a nice guy. It's like, nah, it's a pussy ass nigga. He don't fuck with us. He don't fuck with the Jews.
You didn't say those words.
He might have. He could get away with it. He got the Yamacon.
Okay.
Oh, he don't fuck with the Jews. Da. So one of his supporters.
I was talking about the cursing. He didn't say he was a pussy ass nigga. He didn't say that.
One of his supporters went and boomed the prime minister. Boomed him. Killed that nigga. Then he rose to power. He was questioning about it. What about that nigga that... Like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that nigga. Sorry to his wife.
Yeah, alright.
Sorry to his wife.
Yeah, alright.
So
that nigga on camera.
So this guy, he you know, he don't be playing around, but I don't like that. I don't like him saying that like law enforcement should get involved. Like niggas.
I don't like him saying that I gotta do something. I don't do nothing.
Oh, you're speaking up.
Let me tell you something, man.
You're speaking up.
I'm speaking up. What am I speaking up about?
Speaking out. You're calling it anti-Semitism.
But I don't use that word the same way other people use it.
How do you use it?
Huh?
How do you use it?
You did something to them niggas.
The Jews did something?
You did something. You're not just you're not just innocent. You didn't do nothing. Like, nah, you did something to them. They angry at you for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Now if they bring other shit into it, like the whole I don't know, Jews run the world type shit, you know, all the conspiracy stuff, I think you can start calling out. Or I don't know. Okay, do they have a word for wanting to kill all Muslims? Wanting to kill all Palestinians? You don't have a word for that. Islamophobia, fine, they do. They have one for Palestinians? You want to kill them?
Zionism?
You want to kill all of them, so, I mean, they want to kill you. They want the land, man. I'm not jacking it.
One thing that he said in this speech, he said it's looking like 1930s Germany. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard some of the things. Now look, I don't agree with anybody did. I've never had a schnitzel. I don't like Germany.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear. Don't think, hey, maybe the Nazis was right here, there. I'm not saying that. But I heard that they were burning down transgender clinics and burning.
That's what they're trying to do to J.K. Rowling.
Look, man, I'm not saying that
You should just not say anything. Whatever you're trying to say, you're toning the line crazy. I don't like it.
No.
We got your point.
Hitler drank water.
I like water.
You're toning the line crazy.
Nah.
You're toning the line crazy. That'll be said to me.
That'll be the line from now on. Hitler drank water. Nah, I don't even. Nah.
That nigga only drank juice.
He drank juice. He drank juice. All right.
Hey, you got any final thoughts on this?
Protesting is corny. You're not gonna get nothing out of these Israel people, man. You're not getting nothing out of them.
Take what you can get.
You have to go to war. You're not getting nothing.
Don't go to war. Just take what you can get. Take the little land that you got. Call it a day.
Bro,
Because you're not going to win that war.
Bro, even if you protest, even if they did a Tiananmen Square and stood in front of the tanks, American civilians stood in front of the tanks, what is Israel going to give you?
No, I'm saying they should be like, hey, we got rid of Hamas. Let's have peace.
No, I'm talking
Please
about
stop the blockade.
No, I'm talking about all these encampments, all these people protesting pro-Palestine. What do you think Israel's going to give you?
Oh, no. Nothing. I mean, okay.
So I'm saying, if they did a Tiananmen Square and stood in front of Israel's tanks, the IDF's tanks, American citizens did that, what would Israel do?
Nothing. But here's what might happen. Maybe Biden goes, we can't give you no money no more.
Do they need it?
I don't think so. Honestly. I don't think so. It's an unfair matchup. They don't
But
need
then
nothing.
how you boss up on Biden, yo, tell them niggas to go home. Tell them to go home. I'm moving. I'm killing them. That's it. I'm getting Hamas. So,
Yeah.
what is the point of all this? You're not getting nothing out of them. Never. And if you're Israel, wow.
Because, like, here's the problem. International demands could work to a certain degree. But the demands that people are asking for, like the dissolution of the state of Israel, it's like,
Give me a demand.
that's not going to happen.
Give me a demand that's reasonable that they can have. What do they want?
Remove some of the settlements from the West Bank.
What is the West Bank?
So there's like 3 places. There's Israel, the country. There's Gaza, where they're being open air prison, and then there's the West Bank, which is supposed to be more Gaza, but because of terrorism, Israel kind of occupies the territory.
Is it legal? Is it legal?
Not really, no.
Who's stopping them?
The UN said remove the settlements. Israel said okay, and then they haven't, and they've actually created more.
How you know?
That's what happened. Believe me.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, like, so then what are all these Zionist niggas that gotta say for that?
A lot of people say that the West Bank and the settlements is bad. It's only like the really crazy people that go.
And why do they do it?
They want more land.
They just want more land?
Yeah, they want more land from the Palestinians.
It's not because of Hamas? Nothing to do with that?
Not really.
Why are they upset? You're wilding.
No. Most people think that they're wilding over there.
No, but you're saying he did it.
He oversees it. He's not stopping it. He's not running them out of there. He's not saying get out of there. Take the settlements down.
Why are you coming on this live talking stupid shit? I mean, you know you're doing wild shit.
Because Hamas. Because Hamas, a lot of these protesters don't want Israel to exist at all. They're not just talking about the West Bank. Look, man.
Bro, you can't stand on a pedestal doing wrong. It don't work like that, man.
Look, I'm doing small wrong, but they're trying to do big wrong. They're trying to do big wrong. I'm doing small wrong.
Oh, really?
We gotta call it the big wrong that they're trying to do.
You know these niggas want to kill you, right?
Yeah, they can't.
You shouldn't do any wrong, so you look good. Cause not only do these niggas that you're trying to kill want to kill you, niggas that have nothing to do with this want to kill you. You need to look squeaky clean.
But he's looking at it like, I don't, cause I got nukes.
Why are you even talking? What's he talking for? Use them.
That's a good question. Why is he talking?
He's pump faking. Like, he's horsing right now, man. Go ahead.
Well, he doesn't have to. It's like, you can't do anything to me anyway.
So I'm gonna talk and stand on your grave?
What you gonna do? That's why I look at the Palestinians. I say, bro, you know who you're dealing with. They really don't fuck with you.
This nigga is a gangster.
Take what you can get.
This nigga's a gangster.
Take what you can get. They don't want to take what they can get. They're relying on college students.
You're talking about take what you get. They're not getting nothing. They're getting 30,000 dead and pick up the rubber yourself.
I guarantee you. If tomorrow they got rid of Hamas. And they said, we're all
How they gonna get rid of them? How they gonna get rid of them? That's the army.
You gotta fight against them.
The civilians.
Yes.
The moms and pops.
You
the
have to
aunties.
fight against them.
How they gonna do it?
We'll bomb you. It goes back to the conversation that we were talking about with Japan.
It's insane.
They were wilding on Koreans, and you were watching it. You're gonna get bombed. So you can do one of two things: die from our bombs, or die fighting those niggas. Die fighting your own niggas. It's your choice.
The Knicks are playing tonight. You know, Spike Lee made a movie where, in the movie, there was gang violence, and the women said, "No peace, no pussy."
Mm-hmm.
You think that works? You think the Japanese niggas' wives, if you don't come home from war, no pussy. And then the Palestinian wives would be like, yo, if you don't quit Hamas, no home cooked meals, my son.
The Japanese niggas, first of all, back in the day, there was no such thing as marital rape. So that wasn't even a problem. But even if it was, they were raping niggas in Korea and China. All right, good luck to you. All right, no peace, no pussy. Cool.
They're sticking ban. That's
we got some over there. We got some over there. And then we'll turn them into.
And I can do freaky shit with it.
And I'm doing shit with kimchi you wouldn't even believe.
Oh, man. Okay, but what about today?
No peace, no pussy?
No peace, no pussy. That's bullshit to me.
Shit ain't gonna work. You talking about with the Palestinians?
I'm saying, of course it's not gonna work. So what do you want the old women to do? They're getting bombed for what? What do you want the kids to do? They're getting bombed for what? Losing their moms and dads.
Young men. You gotta turn against them.
Young men gotta turn against them.
I don't like what's the solution? Like, okay, so Israel should what, gank itself?
Let me tell you something right now.
Get everything I can.
The average American gets anxiety ordering McDonald's.
Like you.
No, not a nigga like me. I tell him, yo, what's up, my nigga? Let me get a, you know what I'm saying? The average dude gotta use the app because he's too nervous to walk into the store.
And so you're saying
you want them to walk up. And man, you get, yo, the average American is worried when they cross the wrong block. And you want them to pull up to Hamas? The niggas that you're bombing niggas for to get? What are you talking about?
You'll die then.
Who do you want to go get these niggas?
You'll die then.
Who do you want to go get these niggas?
You'll die then. I don't know what to tell you. Tough scene.
This is crazy.
Tough scene.
This is nonsense.
Look, man, shout out to all the Israelis, shout out to all the Palestinians, shout out to the Zionists, shout out to the River to the Sea people. You know, you're all doing your thing. Use your freedom of speech. I don't know what to tell you. I got my solution. Those Palestinians, they need to go buy an American history book, an American textbook, and just flip to the Martin Luther King Jr. section. Do that. I promise you, within 20 years, you'll have your country. You don't want to do that? Okay, 30,000. I don't know how long you want to keep on losing 30,000, but you can lose 30,000. It is what it is. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.